I recently made some updates to my Legion Go S Z2 Go handheld console. It's literally replaced my Switch 2. I've only had the Switch 2 for like a week or so. Then I got this, and to be honest, I barely touched the Switch 2. Doesn't mean I won't touch it in the future or that it's not useful. But for me, if you're picking one handheld console, for me this is everything. I'm going to show really how versatile it is, and just literally how it becomes your all-in-one sort of gaming setup. And I'm truly enjoying using it as a handheld. Not even just a handheld. I'm less active on other places, even just sitting at my desk now with my ultra-wide monitor. I like just holding this. It's nice. So really what we're going to show it, and then I'll show some of the games. So obviously we install our games natively through the Steam OS. And really, I'm trying to pick games that are not too heavy in download size and those things. So it's a bit more casual to a degree. So we got that. That's obviously obvious. That's what everybody's got. And then we go over to my non-Steam library. In a previous video, I showed the emulation, and I'll show that again just to clarify, just to add these layers, because not only have we got the native games on this handheld, so on the Steam games that I have a lot of, we've also got emulation. So you've got PS2, Dreamcast, GameCube, even up to the Switch, which is quite mental, really. So it's effectively a Switch as well, plus all the other generations, plus the games you've already got saved. I've recently added Epic Store and GOG. Now, a lot of people might not know about them, but you can get free games every month through different ways. So Epic give away free games all the time, every week. And if you've got Amazon Prime, you go to Prime Gaming. If you look that up, you get free Epic games, and you also get GOG games, GOG, however you want to say it. So you're literally building up a library there as well. So it's a bit annoying you didn't have access. So now we've got a massive collection, which I'll show in a moment. We've got GeForce Now, so we'll be able to stream games at desktop quality that are even better than my setup at home. The RTX 5080. That's crazy streams. It uses less power on your system, and it also obviously higher fidelity and everything. We've also got PlayStation Plus. So where there's the PlayStation Portal for £200, this is literally the same thing. This Portal just streams the PlayStation Plus. I haven't set up remote play yet for the PS5. That's something I can do later, but it's going to be a very similar experience. So I thought, well, I'll just show what I've done now. And I haven't added Game Pass just yet, but I haven't got a subscription to that yet. But again, you add that, it's the same way. So just to touch on that, really, we've got the installed games, which I will show them actively working in a little while. I'd rather just show the platforms at the moment. So that's Steam. Then we go over to, because I've already done the emulation, we'll do that next after I've done this one. This one's, it says Heroic Games, but this is Epic Store and GOG. So we'll open that up. Now all of a sudden I've got more games I can install. Now if they're black and white, it just means they're not installed. So these are ones that I haven't chosen to install, usually for download size reasons. Some of them are really hefty if they're big AAA games. But if we go near the top, we'll get that slide at the top. There should be colourful ones. Here we go. All these lovely colourful ones. Oh, wait a minute. I'm trying to move these. So these are games that aren't in my Steam library. Some of them are bigger, some of them smaller, but something just a bit different, really, to what I've already got. And I'll go through them and I'll see if they work. So, through Steam, you get the ones that say whether they work on the device or not. And I'll know by testing them. And if they don't work, I'll delete them. But effectively, we're going to do that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we've got like 10 games there that I've installed. Wait a minute, I've got to try and get out of this. So anyway, so that's my Epic Store. But I've got loads of games on there. It's absolutely insane the amount I've got. I've got Alan Wake 2 I just recently got. But I'll probably stream that through the GeForce Now. There's no reason not to, because it's part of GeForce Now. So if I can add it there, and I can play the desktop version on here. In fact, we could just launch it in a little while just to see how that works. I've done emulation. We'll do that in a minute. We'll go PlayStation Plus now. I literally just set this up last night. So this isn't streaming from my PS5, but it's streaming from the cloud for the PlayStation Plus service. So if you've got PlayStation Plus, I think it's premium membership, you have the cloud streaming feature. So effectively, through this app, it's the PS4 variant. It's not any of the PS5 games, but it's the PS4 and then PS3 and all the areas below that. So to make this a bit easier, just see what I like, just change this little thing here. Wait a minute. There, that. So effectively, what that does, it changes it from being mouse input to controller inputs. You always just have to press that little box at the top just to change the controllers, as you can see. I'm using the PS5 controller on here, just so I can do the video. Normally I'd use the handheld, of course. There's something else I'll do another video later. Is I've got a dock coming, and I'll show that working on the telly at some point as well, if it's working well enough that it's worth having. So rather than go through the whole list of games, I'll just go through my list, and you can only have up to 50 games in your own personal list where you've made them your favourites that you want to play. So I'm just showing now, these are the games available through PlayStation Plus to stream onto my Legion Go. So like Spider-Man, I've got Spider-Man natively to install, but again, it saves me installing them. And the PlayStation games, for instance, that are on PC, they're not part of the GeForce Now, unfortunately. So this is just another way to play them. Hogwarts Legacy, again, I got that on PC, but I just don't know how it's going to play natively. But again, I can play it through the service. Infamous, and it even got both God of Wars. You've got Ragnarok now, which is quite crazy. Uncharted 4, Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, even another Spider-Man game, Days Gone, Infamous series. I love Infamous. As you can see, I like God of War, I like Uncharted. But again, we just pick any of these games just to launch and see how they work. Let's try it. Let's do. I like Last of Us. Let's just try Last of Us just quick. So this is what I'm saying. This is literally a PlayStation Portal at this point. It's literally this. What this was great about this thing. It's a PlayStation Portal. It's a Nintendo Switch because I've got all the Switch. I've got the Switch emulators running. So it's literally both of those devices in one. Plus, it can do the streaming from GeForce Now. It can even do Game Pass, and you can literally do all your PC games as well. That's quite mad. What is this doing? Did that just do the wrong game? I don't know if it's come off the... I think it's in. Wait a minute. It's playing the game because I can hear it. It seems to be faulting. It doesn't normally do this. I'm just going to come out and do it again. Yeah, it didn't do that before when I did it last time. So we'll just go straight into it rather than do a little tour. You know, you're always going to have issues on something, on anything you do. So again, probably going to have to press this again. Right. Hopefully it'll launch this time. I don't know why it did that. It jumped to a different game, didn't it? So you are going to notice different noises because I'm trying to set it up so it can play, so you can hear the game. So I'm having to change microphones. So I'm using the camera microphone rather than my specialist microphone when the game starts. So this is where I last left off with the game. It may be towards the end. I really don't know. But anyway, so this is the PS4 version. It's not the one I normally play. So obviously, I've got PS5 and I've got it on PC, but it's an option.
As this gate, it's all new territory to me.
Hey, you guys heard that?
Keep quiet.
But that's that one. You can come out of that. What we do? I think I might just do one more game while we're looking.
To enable screen reader.
Hungry? What's next? juice.
I'll get them ready. You know? I hope Henry got some sleep. Maybe he'll be ready to eat when we get home.
Yes. Quite sick, Chase.
I know, but he was a little better yesterday. Until he wasn't. If he keeps eating, I'm not giving up on him.
Right, so I had to stop that because that's just taking so freaking long. And that's the real problem. A lot of games nowadays, though, is these stupid cutscenes and stuff they do, and it just ruins the whole experience. But as you can see, though, you've got a lot of games to choose from. Yeah, I'm not sure the video quality is really, the recording's showing the quality really enough. I think it shows it there, but the constant framing of it. But anyway, you can see the screen's vivid as well. Hopefully, that comes across. It's really sharp, nice screen. So we come out of this. So yeah, so anyway, so that's PlayStation Plus. Then I've already shown before that the emulation side. I'm not going to go too deep with that. We'll just do it just brief. So like I say, you've got all these game consoles on here. So effectively we've got a PlayStation. Oh, wait, have I launched it? Oh. Just launched a Super Nintendo game that I don't even have a clue what it's about. But anyway, yeah. So we've got the native stuff. We've got the PlayStation Portal, which we can stream in PlayStation. Then we've also got pretty much all the previous generation games. I'm going to be honest with you. I've never played this before. I don't even know. I'm not really going to get into it, to be totally honest. I don't see the point at the moment. So it's quite simple to come out of the games. This is Super Nintendo. I haven't done all the cover arts for that yet. We've got Dreamcast, Mega Drive, PlayStation 2, Portal, Mega Drive, Dreamcast. Like I said, we've got Switch. I did recently take a couple of games off because I've got to balance the storage between what I have for emulators and what I have for the games I actually want to play. I did Tropical Freeze the other day. I don't see the point of going in circles. I think one of the most obvious ones really would probably just be Mario Kart, to be honest. we just show Mario Kart just briefly. And I've just changed the mic again. Oh, right. There's a problem with this. It shouldn't have gone into that me thing. I'm not even sure why it did it. But you have to come out just brief. Effectively, to do a me, from my understanding, you have to. I think it's done it. I think it's done it. It's caused a problem. Because it's a me, it requires internet. So actually, we have to just shut the whole thing, I think. So it takes slightly longer to do the launch compared to a Switch 2 because it's got to compile shaders, whereas the Switch 2 already has the shaders compiled because it's designed for that console. Like this, it shouldn't. I don't know why we've got to do this. But anyway, by making one, you have to go online. Obviously, online doesn't work because it's not on a Switch itself. Right, not the best setup, but do that. So these are the DLC ones, I think, the silver ones. Hopefully that shows we get your gist anyway. So that's just that. This is just Switch as well as every other console you can think of. So that's that emulator, which is quite crazy. So anyway, like I say, we've got the PlayStation. We've got emulation there with the Switch and everything else. We've also got other storefronts, and then we've also got that GeForce Now, which brings the whole desktop experience to your Switch really. But also you can stream from your if you've got a gaming PC or laptop, you can stream from there as well, remote play. But this is for me supreme because the setup is just incredible. So let me see. I'm not sure if this is working. Oh, it is working. So my library is the one second in the line there. See, obviously you've just got so many games. You have to own the games. I did the other day. I showed Outlaws, Shadows, Star Wars Outlaws. We showed Assassin's Creed Shadows. We've got The Witcher 3 there. We've got Expedition 33. There's a lot of games, and it just runs it at a higher fidelity, really, right? Graphics and things. Just trying to think really what one to showcase if we're going to showcase any. Let's be honest. I think one to showcase is, but I think Fortnite's worth showcasing. I can play that comfortably on my Switch too. But because it requires anti-cheat, it's not a Steam OS game. But by playing it through GeForce Now, literally, it's not hosted here; it's hosted there on their platform, which does have the access to the anti-cheat and whatnot. So as with like Fortnite in general, it's usually quite a loady game. So you just got to be patient with it. Got to load us in, then it's going to take about 30 seconds to sort of get into a match anyway. Just hope it doesn't lag. It doesn't normally. Just making sure it's working properly. Isn't it? So if it can find a server pretty quick, then obviously we won't be waiting too long for actual match to start. Usually about 30 seconds, I think, once it finds something. But again, it's given us access to more games, so we're literally getting the whole experience. We're getting the whole PC experience. We're getting the whole Nintendo, we're getting a significant PlayStation experience. We're getting the Nintendo Switch era experience and the consoles before that. So it becomes an all-in-one. So the only reason for the Switch 2 right now, realistically, playing native games on the TV, which I've explained, I've got a dock coming anyway for this, and the newer Switch 2 games, but there's not even many of them yet. And I actually prefer the controls on this and the whole comfort. So if you're going to play Mario Kart, for instance, I actually prefer playing it on here because I actually prefer the device. I've actually got a proper D-pad, not that you use that there, but it's so comfortable, it's crazy. The only problem we have now is I actually feel like playing it. I do like playing Fortnite. So unfortunately it's doing it in night mode. I hate the night one. It goes all blue. It's not going to help the video at all. But I think the best way to show it is the map. See how colourful the map is in the top right corner. But there's nothing that we can do about the fact that it's a night section. I just want to show the graphic quality really and like how smooth it is. Not the best landing. Now we've got nothing to get. But again, we're not really focused so much on this. We just want to crap himself. I meant to grab that on the way down. But anyway, hopefully it's just showing the quality of it. Oh, I'm stuck. Alright, this is the worst start you could have made. But hopefully, like I say, it's showing the fluidity and things. Right, not the best experience we could have possibly shared. I'm not going to run around trying to get everything at this point. It'd be pointless. But yeah, it's nice. So it's become an all-in-one device. Like I say, look, what you're seeing there is me playing it with a PS5 controller. I actually love having it in handheld mode. But what we're seeing, something that killed me now, but it doesn't matter. But what we're seeing here is you can literally put it on a little stand like I've got, like a little one of the ones you have for your controllers. They're little controller stands, cable guys they call them. So you can stand it on there if you want to do something like that. Rather than buy a boring stand that you can get, why not use one of these little cable guys that holds controllers? You put it on there and you can play it with a controller if you prefer. Or, of course, get a dock and dock it to your telly. It killed me now. I have no weapon. 83. Yeah. One thing we could just show quickly here. So we've done all the others now. We've done everything. The only one I haven't really shown is I haven't even tried launching the game. I've installed them. I haven't launched them yet. From Epic Games and GOG. Now, for GOG, because it's DRM free, so you know there's never going to be a licensing problem or any issue once it's installed. So effectively, the problem with this is it's trying to run Windows games on a Linux system. So I haven't even tried it yet. There might be workarounds you're going to have to do to get it operating properly. I don't know yet. But again, as I said before, like not every game is going to run. So it currently says it's installing something just down here, installing redistributable, which usually has to happen on PC anyway. Just want to make sure it hasn't opened in a different window. But it has. Says it's playing. I'm not sure where. Well, let's see if it works now. Okay, I've never tried it, so I'm not. It's new to me. Oh, there you go. So obviously, it had to install obviously some stuff before it could run it. So this is Epic Store game. This is not a Steam game. So currently default settings. For some reason, the overlay sometimes stops working. I don't really know why. For this one, the performance data. I think if I turn the system off on it, it'll probably work. But we don't know the FPS and everything.
This
This is an adult bullshit. Fast, fierce, and armed quite literally to the teeth, she has little to fear here in the Gulf. The muscular mark confidently moves through its watery world.
So we'll do. We'll have a little look at the settings in a minute because I haven't even checked anything there. We're just playing it whatever it's running at. But I always think if something's running fine, then it don't really mess anything about.
The Predator's 350 fearsome teeth are put on full display.
Let's have a little look at the settings quick. Right, so it's all defaulted to low, but to be totally honest, because it's on a small screen, I'm not. If I'm playing it, I'm not naturally thinking that looks low, so I don't really care about this, like what it is actually sitting at. Looks good to me. What we could do, just as a quick test, why not? Put the settings up higher, let me see. Move it all to medium. Now we'll see how it runs on medium. I don't know how you go down. I think medium's similar. Looks nice. I think it looks better, doesn't it? When I said similar, I mean performance. Yeah. And that was running that game. So like I say, we've got the native games. So it's up to like you just deciding how many native games to run because it takes off the other side of the app, you know, with the emulators and anything off Epic Store, GOG. But like really, really intensive games, I leave to GeForce Now because there's just no need to even try to cause trouble because it's just going to hurt the battery anyway. Yeah, so literally, I've got everything here. This is what I've not even needed the Switch to. You know, only at the moment you've only got Mario Kart and the Donkey Kong game. But yeah, and I actually prefer the control of it. To be honest, I think it's the best handheld I've ever had. And when it's docked and stuff, if I think the docking performance is good enough, I'll share that too. But for me, this is an all-in-one. This is everything I could want.